Hola amigos, ¿qué pasa? Here we are again in Spain. I'm in my car again today, heading off to Madrid from where I am here just on the outskirts. So I'll be sharing some of the ideas that I have today with you about life in Spain. So let's get the journey underway. Now you can probably see out the window here that it is not a sunny day, which is surprising because it's the 15th of June and normally this time of year it would be sun. But today, for whatever reason, well, in fact for the last 4 or 5 days, the weather has been pretty bad. Storms, heavy rain, cold temperatures. At the moment it's 15 degrees. Normally it'd be about 25 this time of the day, this time of the year. But here in Madrid, that's what we expect. In fact, the people here in Spain have an expression which is hasta el 40 de mayo no te quites el sayo, which literally means, you know, until the 10th of June, don't put away your winter clothes, basically. And that is exactly the case this year. Now, as I said, normally the weather's not too bad this time of the year. In fact, it's actually quite good. This is quite unseasonal. And, you know, the weather's said to be picking up for the weekend. Now, I remember a couple of years ago I had a few friends that came to Spain in February, and they didn't bring anything else than t-shirts and shorts. And if you're coming to Madrid, that is a mistake. Madrid is a city that has extreme temperatures. In fact, all of the center area of Spain, whether it's Toledo, the Castillas, Madrid of course, which is bang in the center, have quite extreme weather. Hot summers, cold winters. Unlike the Costas, where there's a lot more humidity and the weather is generally better all year round. For example, if you went to the Costa Blanca, Costa del Sol, you would get good weather. I mean, even in winter the weather there is good compared to the rest of Europe. But here in Madrid, no. Temperatures in winter are very cold. In fact, it even snows. Not a lot, but you know, every year we get a little bit of a snowfall, sometimes heavier than others. And as I said before, summers are extreme. Incredibly dry summers here. Really dry. Virtually no humidity at all. And that's the one thing you notice when you go to a place like Malaga or Benidorm in June, July, August. You open the car door and you're hit with this bang humidity. But here in Madrid, that is not the case. Very dry. So I'll just get onto the highway here, and we'll open up a bit. About a 20-minute drive from where I am into the center of the city. And Madrid is going through, or Spain's going through a bit of a change at the moment politically. On the weekend, the new mayor or mayoress, or whatever you want to call her, was sworn in. She comes from one of the more radical parties, according to who you speak, according to, you know, who you speak to, of course. One of the more radical parties called Podemos. And she has ended 24 years of PP rule. PP is the Partido Popular, which is the party that's been in power for a long time here in Madrid. As I said before, 24 years. And in the recent elections held last month in May, all of that changed and these new parties came to the front. And I think at the moment they're controlling the two biggest cities in Spain, at least, Madrid and Barcelona. and a couple of the other smaller cities, Cardiff, and a couple of other ones as well. I don't know the names. Now, according to who you speak to, this is either the best thing that's ever happened or the worst thing that's ever happened. Here in Spain, politics is pretty divisive, and you know, you speak to the loyal PP people, and it's you know, like a tragedy. You know, everything's going to change. We're going to resort to a type of communism. And if you talk to other people, they're a little bit more optimistic. You know, they classify PP's power for 24 years as a type of dictatorship where a lot of people's rights were, or a lot of people's, not maybe rights, but a lot of people's day-to-day was neglected in favor of different areas. And now the people have spoken and have elected this popular government, as they say in Spanish, this popular alliance, who promised to do politics in a different way, who promised to listen to the people, which is, you know, what the PP was accused of not doing, not listening to people. And all of a sudden this movement popped up called Podemos, as I said before, which literally means, you know, we can. And they have been swept to power in the two biggest cities at least. Personally, I'm not very political. I can't vote here in Spain because I'm not a European citizen, and I'm not a Spanish citizen, so I can't vote, so I don't really have a political voice. So I'm not really all that much into politics, but Spanish people love to speak about politics. In fact, it dominates day-to-day life. Open any newspaper, any television station, there's just people talking and talking and talking about politics all the time. In fact, it's really boring, considering that not much changes. A lot of talk, not much action, unfortunately. But the question is, what can these new governments bring to a city like Madrid? It's going to be the interesting question. How much can a city change? And, you know, obviously there's going to be small things that change, probably redistribution of social services maybe, people that have been neglected under the PP for whatever reason will probably start to get more of the pie. I don't know. That is what we will see. Hopefully over the next few weeks, months or years, or however long I do these recordings, we'll get an idea of how the city changes, if it changes at all. Like I said, I don't think there's going to be a great change. I mean, you know, it's not the French Revolution or anything like that, I don't think. But, like I said, a few people are nervous, and other people are ecstatic. So we'll see if we can find the balance somewhere in between. Now the sun is trying to peek out from between the clouds. Temperature's gone up 1 degree. So the day's looking a little bit more optimistic. It'll probably start to pour down with the rain in a minute, knowing my luck. And if that happens, driving in this city can be a bit chaotic, because it's not a place where it rains a great deal. People are not used to driving in wet conditions. So, thanks for watching. Hasta luego. I'll see you in my next blog post. I'm just coming up to part of the city now, so I'll turn off before the traffic starts to get too heavy. So, have a good day, and I'll see you all later. Hasta la vista.